America's families are feeling the crunch. It's the squeeze of a faltering economy, one of the worst this generation has seen. From the mortgage crisis to rising unemployment to escalating gas prices, more and more Americans are reaching out in need. It's a ripple effect that's touched every corner of our economy, changing the way Americans live, how far they'll drive, how many essentials they can purchase. Essentials as basic as food. Today, more families are hit by rising food costs, finding it harder to feed their families than ever before.
Unfortunately, food becomes that discretionary budget item after you've paid all of your bills. Whatever you have got left over is what you use to buy food, and unfortunately, sometimes that's little or nothing at all.
We help 200,000 men, women, and children every month of the year, and it just seems to be growing even more these days because of the economy.
Recent estimates say that there are 35 million Americans who are hungry or food insecure. And that number is on the rise, forcing more families to rely on food pantries and other social services just to put food on the table. Of these, 1 in 10 are seniors. 1 in 5 are working people who are paying vital bills rather than eating properly. 1 in 3 are children.
That's quite a decision that young parents have to make. Does my child get milk, or do I go to buy gas so I can get to work tomorrow to buy milk or gas?
We're seeing to where you go into a neighborhood that you can see struggling families.
As letter carriers, hunger is a reality we witness every day. On our routes, in our communities, we see firsthand how neighbors live. We recognize their sacrifices, and we notice change. In today's economy, it's hard to ignore. Life for millions of our neighbors is tough. But we've never sat idly by. We're the letter carriers, and when it comes to helping, we are there.
Largest one-day national food drive in America. What the success of this is in its simplicity.
For 16 years, the NALC Stamp Out Hunger Food Drive has been making the difference in the lives of Americans in need. By collecting non-perishable food from our postal patrons and delivering it to local food banks and pantries, we provide a vital link to a community in need.
This is my absolute favorite day of the year to work because of the generosity that we see from the people of Helena.
The Second Harvest Food Bank serves over 300 organizations in a 21-county area. The food left on these shelves won't be able to hold them through the summer.
It all happens on the second Saturday in May, traditionally the time of greatest need.
Excuse me. Well, this food drive comes at a critical time because we're heading into summer. And of course, that means that children from low-income families who normally take advantage of the school lunch and the school breakfast program will not be able to do so. They won't access that. So we'll have more kids showing up at our Kids Cafe facilities. We'll have more requests for emergency food assistance.
Each year, the food drive has gained momentum, more involvement, and on average, more collected food. The 2008 Stamp Out Hunger Food Drive outdid itself once again. The groundswell of support pushed us over the top, reaching a new record total of 73.1 million pounds of food. But like always, we couldn't have done it alone. Many in the government, business community, charitable organizations, and media have seen the value of our vision and joined in to make it better. Solid support comes from the U.S. Postal Service and its Priority Mail, along with our brothers and sisters in the National Rural Letter Carriers Association. One of our longest partners, the Campbell Soup Company, donates 1 million pounds of soup and prints over 120 million postcards and other promotional literature. There are supermarket chains like Publix and Kroger's who know the value of helping their community and print up shopping bags to promote the food drive. And Cox Target Media sends out over 40 million Valpak mailers with the NALC food drive front and center. Also helping to coordinate our efforts are Feeding America, formerly known as America's Second Harvest, the nation's food bank network, as well as the AFL-CIO, the United Way of America, and local United Ways, all central to our collection and getting it to those in need. Countless volunteers help too. Churches, community activists, and other union organizations help sort and distribute millions of pounds of food. Year after year, Bill and Jeff Keene design a custom family circus cartoon, a critical component to the food drive promotion. And as the food drive grows, so does the press covering it. Again, last year, our record collection captured the attention of local and national media alike.
Today's nationwide Stamp Out Hunger Day. Just leave a bag of non-perishable food next to the mailbox today. The letter carrier will come and get it and drop it off at one of the food banks nationwide.
Yes, you got it.
With this economy, so many of your neighbors are now seeking help from the Food Bank of Northern Nevada. Letter carriers collected donated food today. This could not come at a better time.
With gas prices and food prices climbing, donations to the community food bank have been slumping. Well, today, letter carriers are trying to turn that trend around with their annual Stamp Out Hunger program.
Tonight, Anchorage postal workers met at the Food Bank of Alaska to help unload, sort, and shelf the donations they collected on their local routes last week.
Take a look over here. These are some of the postal workers. These are the people who are letter carriers, the people who deliver your mail. They picked up food from other folks who left non-perishable items in donation bags outside their homes. And tonight, the letter carriers will deliver more than just the mail. They'll deliver food to pantries around Metro Atlanta.
An estimated 350,000 pounds of food was collected statewide in the mail carrier's Stamp Out Hunger food drive.
The support and attention we receive plays a major role in our success. But in the end, we go back to the root of it all and recognize those around us, whose kernel of an idea has led to America's biggest one-day food drive. From shore to our outlying states and territories, it's the letter carriers who make the NALC food drive happen. This one day of extraordinary effort that makes a real difference in the lives of our fellow Americans. It's the day of double duty, that we take pride in giving something back to the communities we live in and serve.
This makes us feel very grateful that we're able to help the community, because most of us have been on our routes for several years, so we feel like we're a part of that specific portion of the community.
Each year, the heart of the NALC weaves deeper and deeper into the fabric of this food drive and celebrates what we can accomplish together as a union and a nation. 2008 was a record-breaking year for the NALC food drive, setting a new standard, delivering more food and hope than ever before.
You have just seen how the NALC National Food Drive operates and how it has been successful over the past 16 years in delivering nearly 1 billion pounds of food to needy families. We could not have done this without the dedication and sacrifice of our members, other postal employees, and the many partners and volunteers who join in this effort, especially the United States Postal Service and Campbell Soup Company. As successful as this drive has been, we must do even better this year. Things are tough right now in America. You and I know that firsthand. Millions and millions of families are suffering, struggling to make ends meet and put food on the table. Food banks and pantries strive to keep up with the increased demand. More than ever, food banks, pantries, and shelters need our help. As families count on them for support, they're counting on us, and we must not back off of our commitment. I urge every letter carrier and postal employee to join in this mission, and I ask all our postal customers to give an extra can or two on May 9th to help feed the growing number of families facing hunger. Thank you very much.